The 2027 Ford Mustang GT may be heading toward the biggest transformation in modern muscle car history. For decades, the Mustang has represented raw American performance, naturally aspirated V8 power, and the emotional connection between driver and machine. But now, leaked engineering discussions, supplier rumors, and insider reports suggest Ford could be preparing to completely reinvent the legendary 5.0-liter V8 for the next-generation Mustang GT. And the question dominating the automotive world right now is simple. Is the iconic Coyote engine finally reaching the end of its life? Because if these reports are accurate, Ford is not planning a simple update. They may be preparing a complete evolution of American muscle itself. To understand why this matters so much, you first have to understand what the Coyote engine represents. When Ford introduced the dual overhead cam 5.0-liter Coyote V8 in 2011, it changed the entire muscle car landscape almost overnight. At the time, many people believed naturally aspirated V8 engines were already becoming obsolete. Rising fuel economy standards, stricter emissions regulations, and growing interest in turbocharging had many experts predicting the decline of traditional muscle cars. Ford responded by proving everyone wrong. The Coyote was not just powerful. It was modern, sophisticated, and incredibly versatile. It combined classic V8 character with advanced engineering in a way few American performance engines had done before. The original version debuted with 412 horsepower, but Ford continuously refined the platform year after year. Improved airflow, dual fuel injection systems, variable valve timing, stronger internals, upgraded intake designs, and advanced tuning pushed the engine far beyond its original capabilities. Today's Mustang GT and Dark Horse models produce well over 480 horsepower while still remaining surprisingly reliable for daily driving. Enthusiasts admire the Coyote for several reasons. Its durability under high-stress conditions has become legendary. Its ability to rev high compared to traditional pushrod V8 engines gives it a completely unique personality. The aftermarket support is enormous, making the engine one of the most tunable V8 platforms in the world. And perhaps most importantly, Ford managed to keep the engine compliant with modern emissions standards without sacrificing the aggressive character Mustang buyers expect. For millions of enthusiasts, the Coyote is not simply an engine. It is the identity of the modern Mustang itself. That is exactly why these 2027 rumors are creating such a massive reaction across the automotive community. So why would Ford even consider replacing or radically redesigning an engine this successful? The answer comes down to several industry realities that are becoming impossible to ignore. The first major factor is emissions regulation. Governments around the world are aggressively tightening carbon output requirements. Europe has become increasingly hostile toward large displacement gasoline engines, while North American regulations continue moving in the same direction. Even highly advanced, naturally aspirated V8 engines are facing enormous long-term challenges when it comes to surviving into the next decade. Industry analysts believe Ford understands that the current Coyote architecture may simply be approaching the limits of what it can realistically achieve under future regulations. In order to keep a V8 alive, Ford may need an entirely new platform designed specifically for the future of performance. The second factor is competition. The performance car market looks completely different today than it did even 5 years ago. Chevrolet shocked the industry with the flat plane crank Corvette Z06, bringing exotic supercar-style engineering into an American sports car. Dodge has already begun transitioning toward electrified performance platforms. Across the luxury performance segment, hybrid systems are becoming increasingly common. Ford knows the next Mustang cannot survive by relying solely on nostalgia. The 2027 Mustang GT has to deliver a genuine technological leap forward if it wants to remain globally competitive. The third factor is worldwide relevance. The Mustang is no longer just an American car. Ford sells the Mustang globally, and international markets demand better efficiency, lower emissions, smarter technology integration, and stronger acceleration numbers. Future buyers expect advanced electronics, hybrid compatibility, and modern driving systems alongside traditional performance. That is where the rumors become extremely interesting. According to multiple insiders and supplier reports circulating through enthusiast communities, Ford engineers are allegedly testing a heavily revised 5.0-liter V8 platform right now. Some reports suggest it could technically remain part of the Coyote family, while others believe Ford may launch an entirely new engine architecture altogether. The rumored upgrades sound dramatic. Potential features reportedly include hybrid-assisted V8 technology, electrically assisted torque delivery, a lighter aluminum block design, revised combustion chamber geometry, advanced cooling systems, higher compression ratios, improved dual injection systems, and more advanced active exhaust technology. But perhaps the most important detail is this. Ford reportedly wants to preserve the emotional experience of driving a Mustang GT. That means the company may be attempting to combine traditional V8 sound and high RPM excitement with modern electrified performance systems. Instead of replacing the V8 entirely, Ford could be building a bridge between classic American muscle and next-generation engineering. And that distinction matters enormously. Many enthusiasts panic the moment they hear the word hybrid. But according to analysts, Ford is unlikely to abandon the V8 overnight. Instead, the strategy appears to involve using electrification in a targeted, performance-oriented way. Hybrid systems offer several major advantages. Instant electric torque improves low-speed acceleration. Fuel economy improves significantly. Emissions drop. Launch performance becomes more aggressive. Throttle response sharpens dramatically. Around the world, high-performance hybrid systems are already proving incredibly effective. Even modern supercars now rely heavily on electrification to remain competitive. Ford may simply be adapting those same concepts to the Mustang. A hybrid-assisted Mustang GT could realistically produce between 550 and 650 combined horsepower while delivering significantly quicker acceleration than today's cars. Some experts believe sub-3.5-second 0 to 60 times could become possible. Improved cooling systems and electric torque assistance could also dramatically improve track performance and corner exit acceleration. That is not a weaker Mustang. That is potentially the fastest Mustang GT ever built. And according to many analysts, hybrid integration may actually be the only realistic way to preserve V8 performance long-term under future regulations. Of course, horsepower numbers are only part of the story. For Mustang fans, sound matters just as much. The Coyote's deep growl, aggressive bark, and screaming high RPM character define the modern Mustang experience. Any major changes to the engine architecture will naturally affect the sound profile as well. Some insiders claim Ford is experimenting with advanced active exhaust systems, variable exhaust pathways, revised intake resonance tuning, electronically enhanced acoustics, and potentially even altered firing orders. However, industry experts strongly believe Ford understands exactly how critical exhaust character is to Mustang buyers. A quiet Mustang GT would be catastrophic for the brand's identity. Interestingly, some analysts believe electrification could actually improve the emotional driving experience in certain situations. Since electric systems can handle low-demand driving conditions separately, the gasoline engine may be free to operate more aggressively during performance driving. That could allow Ford to preserve, or even enhance, the Mustang's dramatic personality under hard acceleration. On the performance side, rumors suggest the standard 2027 Mustang GT could target more than 520 horsepower, while higher performance variants may exceed 600 horsepower. Some reports even mention possible all-wheel drive configurations paired with hybrid torque assistance. If true, that would push the Mustang into direct competition with far more expensive European performance cars, and Ford appears fully aware of that opportunity. The company no longer wants the Mustang competing only against traditional American rivals. They want it competing globally against the world's best performance machines. Online reaction to these rumors has been intense. Some enthusiasts are excited about the possibility of huge performance gains. Others are concerned about increased weight. From hybrid systems, long-term reliability, rising costs, and one especially emotional issue, the future of the manual transmission. Hybrid powertrains make traditional manual transmission engineering significantly more difficult. Still, many experts believe Ford understands how important the manual gearbox remains to Mustang culture. Some analysts predict Ford could adopt a dual strategy, preserving a manual option for enthusiast-focused trims while pairing higher-output hybrid variants with advanced automatic transmissions. Eliminating the manual entirely would likely create enormous backlash among core Mustang buyers. Beyond the engine itself, additional rumors suggest the 2027 Mustang GT may receive major aerodynamic revisions, larger cooling openings, redesigned hood extraction systems, lighter materials, sharper bodywork, and more aggressive lighting signatures. And if the standard GT evolves this dramatically, future Shelby models could become absolutely outrageous. Industry speculation already points toward electrified supercharged V8 systems, advanced torque vectoring technology, carbon fiber construction, and power outputs potentially exceeding 700 horsepower. At that point, future Shelby Mustangs would no longer compete strictly within the muscle car category. They could challenge exotic European supercars directly. Ultimately, the 2027 Mustang GT may represent one of the most important turning points in performance car history. Ford is attempting something extraordinarily difficult. They must preserve heritage while embracing new technology. They must satisfy longtime enthusiasts while attracting younger buyers. They must meet tightening emission standards without losing emotional appeal. And they must compete against increasingly advanced electric performance vehicles while keeping the Mustang unmistakably Mustang. Very few cars carry the cultural and emotional weight of the Mustang. Every decision Ford makes here matters enormously. If Ford succeeds, the 2027 Mustang GT could become the blueprint for how traditional performance cars survive in an electrified future. But if they fail, many enthusiasts may view this moment as the beginning of the end for classic American muscle. For now, though, one thing appears clear. Ford still understands that the Mustang must remain loud, emotional, powerful, and exciting. And at the moment, that is exactly what Mustang fans around the world are hoping to hear.